So you don't need an MI6 clearance or a secret handshake, just go to the Civil Service Jobs website. It's the official portal for every job from admin assistant to cybersecurity expert to head of future unicorn strategy. Okay, I may have made up that last one, but who knows? Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Stefan Davis and today we're going to be talking about the UK Civil Service. Now I used to work for the UK Civil Service at two separate occasions in my past, and I'm going to run you through how to start your job application for the Civil Service and what kind of questions they'll ask you. So if you're thinking of working for the UK government but not sure where to start, and you want a job with actual benefits, flexible hours, the power to say I'm technically a government employee, then this is your guide to getting a job in the UK Civil Service. Whether you're a fresh graduate, you're switching careers, or just sick of the job ads asking for 27 years of experience for an entry-level role, this video is for you. So you don't need an MI6 clearance or a secret handshake, just go to the Civil Service Jobs website. It's the official portal for every job from admin assistant to cybersecurity expert. Now here is where it gets spicy. Unlike most jobs where you upload a CV and pray, Civil Service jobs use something called, drumroll please, success profiles. You'll need a personal statement, behaviour examples, more on this in a second, and possibly some online tests that may make your brain cry. Imagine a personality quiz, but it decides if you get a job. So what's really interesting is they don't care about what university you went to. They care about your ability to deliver at pace, communicate effectively, and manage a quality service. I know it sounds very vague, but there's a system behind it. Enter the STAR method: situation, task, action, results. Your job to turn every example into a tiny action movie. You're the star. Literally use STAR. Make sure it sounds like I identified X and took Y action. The result was Z. Amazing thing. Boom. Hire me. Right then guys, so you want to stand out from the crowd without even lying. So here is the cheat code. So what you're going to want to do is mirror the job description. So have a look at the job description, see exactly what it says. If they say teamwork, you say teamwork. If they say hard worker, you're going to want to say hard worker. You're going to need to be specific. Saying things like, I helped improve processes, doesn't really say much. So say something, you're going to want to expand on it. So say, I reduced admin error by 20% by introducing a color-coded form. Now that explains it a bit more, goes into a bit more depth, opens you up to many more possibilities. And do you remember the STAR system that I mentioned earlier? You're going to want to keep a STAR library. So think in your head about different stories that you've had with members of the public. How does that apply? You'll be able to reuse them in future interviews. What happens next after you apply? So you've hit the submit button. Now what happens? If you're lucky, you'll get an online test. Then maybe an interview. Then waiting. So much waiting. You'll eventually get feedback with the actual scores, which is rare in most jobs. So even if you don't get it, you'll learn. Be sure to take on board what they say, use it again for future interviews, learn from your mistakes and become better. You may be wondering what the Civil Service STAR questions actually are and what are they actually asking. So the Civil Service interview usually assesses your behaviour. These are like soft skills. Each question is designed to test one. For example, can you give an example of when you worked well under pressure? That's testing delivering at pace. Tell me about a time you dealt with a difficult colleague or stakeholder. That's testing working together or communication and influencing. Let's go through the 7 most common behaviours. Look, applying for the civil service can feel like navigating a very polite maze, but once you get the system, it gets way easier. You don't need to be a genius, a policy nerd, or live in London. You just need good examples, clear writing, and a bit of patience. It's one of the most stable, flexible careers out there, and you can move up fast if you want to. The civil service uses something called the Success Profile Framework. That means interviews usually focus on 5 key elements: behaviours, strengths, experiences, abilities, and sometimes technical skills. But most interviews are based heavily on behaviours and strength. You'll normally be given a list of behaviours they'll assess, like communications and influencing, or delivering at pace, when you're invited to an interview. So read that job description carefully. Final top tips. So let's wrap this up with some quick fire tips to help you stand out. So you remember the STAR method we spoke about previously? You're going to want to have lots of examples of this in your brain ready. So you're going to think about 1 or 2 STAR examples for each of the listed behaviours. You're going to want to practice saying your answers out loud because it helps you stay calm and it'll make you feel better on the day. And be yourself. They're not looking for perfection, they're looking for potential. Best of luck, guys. If you've made it this far, you're either serious about applying or just here for the sarcastic career advice, and I respect both. Drop a comment with the job or department you're aiming for, grab a free STAR template in the description, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more honest job hunting advice. Until next time, see you soon.